2% of dudes rapping, they ain't nice as me. 98% ain't live the same type of life as me. The judge gave me life and then they sent me where the life is be. That level 4 with depth and vice, the type of stuff they like to see. Two choices, fight or flee. I refuse to die a chump. I never been a mark, but damn, it's scary when that riot jump. I seen dudes cry, get pumped, and some sexually brutalized. Knew a dude who lost his life and he was only doing 5 year-long racial fights when homie all you do is ride. Lonely days and nights up in a hole causing suicide. From the moment you arrive, you see the Mexican mafia, AB skinheads with big giant swastikas, pro-black philosophers, the BGF, the Kumi, and Muslims who will murk you from the nation to the Sunni. That MS was loony, quick to ride up on they rival. Even Christians went to church, hide knives up in a Bible. Political and tribal, the Crips and Damus, the Long Beach, the Hubs and the Dubs and the Grooves, the IE, the Bakersfield, the Dago Pyrus, the hustlers quick to roll, the gangsters don't move, whatever click.
Say what's cracking, YouTube. It's your boy 16 to life, and I'm back like I'm on a parole violation. Yard down. Now, for those of y'all that's new to my page, in 1994, I got arrested. I was eventually sentenced to 16 years plus life, and I served 24 years straight in the California prison system. Yeah, that's me gassing right there on that intro song. And if you want to purchase it, hit me up on my email, 16tolifemusic@gmail.com, and I will give you the info. Also, for the men out there, be sure to go check out Robin's Magic. It's especially for the men out there. It's a video. I'm going to leave a link for you in the description. Now let's get to this video, man. So it seems this YouTuber who goes by the name of Chud the Builder has finally got himself arrested, and he's in some pretty serious trouble, right? Now, if you guys are not familiar with the individual, I'm gonna give you a little background on him, and I'm not extremely familiar with him either. Honestly, I've just been seeing him pop up on YouTube stories every now and then. I'll check out a little bit of the content or whatever. But so basically, from what I understand, is he is basically a rage baiter, right? He goes into these black neighborhoods and he asks some of these dudes, you know, how do you guys feel about freedom of speech? And, you know, they give their opinion or whatever. Then he says, so white people are allowed to say the N-word with the hard ER. Then when they became angry and upset, he said, oh, you chimping out, and just say a whole lot of disrespectful stuff, right? And so as I'm seeing this content, I'm wondering, where the hell is this dude living at? Where's all this stuff going on at, right? Because I wouldn't watch a whole lot of it. I'd watch a tiny bit of it, and then I'd go about my business and do what I was doing, right? So I finally found out a couple of days ago the dude is living in Nashville, Tennessee, right? And as of late, there's been a whole lot that's come out about the dude, you know, a whole lot of, you know, information. And some black lady actually said she used to be involved in some type of weird relationship with the dude, and, you know, just a whole bunch of freaky stuff, right? Just, you know, the dude was, you know, enjoying a lot of things that some people say men shouldn't enjoy, and all that old weird type crazy stuff, right? So apparently it seems he got into an altercation at the courthouse, right? And he ended up shooting a dude by the name of Joshua Love. I believe he's 28 years old. He shot the dude in the stomach, and he shot the dude in the shoulder, right? And also, he was shot. Now they're saying that he actually shot himself. And so as a result of all the stuff that has went on, now he has been arrested. So let me insert and show you guys the video.
Some breaking news to tell you about the social media influencer known as Chud the Builder is now facing an attempted murder charge after a shooting today outside the Montgomery County Courthouse. Deputies say Dalton Etherly, better known as social media as Chud the Builder, was involved in a fight leading to gunfire. Both men were hospitalized. Deputies just arrested Etherly, charging him with attempted murder, aggravated assault, and reckless endangerment with a deadly weapon. Tonight, he's being held in the Montgomery County Jail.
So I guess after doing their investigation, they have deemed it worthy to charge him with attempted murder. Now, I looked up some information relating to the state of Tennessee, and Tennessee is a open and carry state. So if you're not a registered felon, you are legally allowed to own and carry a firearm without a permit, to my understanding, right? And so, and they do have a self-defense law out there in Tennessee. But I looked up that law, and it does have a provision in there that states something along these lines, right? I'm paraphrasing here, but the individual who is claiming self-defense cannot provoke or initiate the altercation. And so I believe it is along those lines in which I guess the district attorney felt that it was legally necessary to have this dude arrested. As I mentioned earlier, he has a past history of initiating contact with black people, saying disrespectful things, trying to get them angry, and then he'll say, "Hey man, look, you're chimping out. I got a mace, I got a gun. If you come up on me, I'm going to shoot you," and so on and so forth, right? So of course that is definitely considered provoking and trying to initiate a situation. So it seems like this dude was running around testing the limits of the law, and then a situation finally went bad for him, and now this dude is locked up, to the last of my looking. He's locked up still, and he's charged with some extremely serious charges, right? So I'm pretty sure when this does go to trial, he will try to assert and claim self-defense, right? And then I'm sure that his lawyer, if his lawyer is any good, will try to have those initial confrontations and altercations. And see, the crazy part about it is all this stuff is all over YouTube and social media, right? So I'm assuming that his defense attorney is going to try to say that those things are unrelated to this incident, and that stuff and those videos should not be allowed to be submitted as evidence. Now, of course, the prosecution is going to argue that those things are relevant because it shows a pattern or a behavior of this dude trying to provoke and initiate individuals. And so this is why we need to present this this evidence in front of the judge. And I'm pretty sure, or excuse me, in front of the jury. And I'm pretty sure that the judge will allow the prosecution to get that stuff in. Now, if that stuff is allowed in, then the prosecution is going to try to make a connection and say that this is what this individual is known for doing, right? Because I believe Chud said something along the lines of those guys was looking at him, and so he walked over to him and said, "Do you like my new coat?" or whatever. "Do you like my new suit?" Because normally he's dressed in a different outfit, right? And so then he claims that the black guy said, "I got PTSD, get away from me," so on and so forth. He started punching him, and he had to shoot him to defend himself, right? Well, I'm almost 1,000% certain, right? I'm willing to bet my life on it that, of course, the black guy is going to have a different version of what actually happened, right? And 9 times out of 10, he probably did recognize Chud the Builder. Now, Chud the Builder said they were pointing at him, so implying that they, recognized him. And so Chud approached those guys, right? And so I'm sure the dude who got shot is going to say that when he's approached by Chud, the conversation was very different from what Chud is saying the conversation is. So this is the situation right now. Like I say, once again, Chud is locked up. I believe he shot himself also as well. The other guy was shot 2 times, as I mentioned before, but now he's locked up with some very serious charges, and who knows if he will be able to bond out or whatever, right? So we're gonna see how this plays out, man. In my opinion, Chud brought all this stuff on himself, man. Of course, you already know me, man. I don't have no sympathy for the dude. It is what it is. You done it to yourself. You was running around trying to initiate a situation, and you finally got the situation that you was looking for. So we're going to see how this plays out, man. Anyway, you already know what it is. It's your boy 16 to life. Resume normal program.